Hello there, my name is Chuck Burrows. I was a veteran of the Vietnam era, and I was in the Air Force for 4 years as made the rank of sergeant after some time. And I want to just give people an idea of maybe some of the things that, besides what a person should serve their country, but more importantly, as we did, and that was to serve our country through allegiance to our Constitution. We defend and protect that Constitution, and that's the oath that we give. You know, people always ask me, how you were in the as combat, but you were in communications. How dangerous can that be? And I usually tell them, well, let's think about this. We had communications, which was microwave, so they had these antennas. It's a parabolic antenna. It looks like one of these satellite antennas I found. And this thing was about 6 feet in diameter and sitting up on a tower. Okay, hello, the enemy wants to take out your communications first. Where do you suppose they're going to start? People ask veterans all the time, why would somebody put themselves in harm's way? Why would they do a thing like that? And I suppose it takes not necessarily a unique person, but a person who certainly has value, certainly appreciates life, certainly appreciates the advantages and the rights and privileges that we have here in our country. But we're not isolated. People around the world feel the same way. Unfortunately, in other places in the world, they don't have a constitution like we have. A constitution that goes beyond what most other countries could not possibly hope for. We have something that is that valuable. That constitution is what a person that goes into the military makes an oath to do, to protect and defend that Constitution. As a result, we prize that, we honor it, we cherish it, but it's something that unfortunately a lot of people don't appreciate in the rest of the world, and so unfortunately we have to sometimes go out and kind of explain to people in certain ways that no, that's not the way you treat your citizens. And we've been asked to do that many times in our history. It's resulted in war a lot of times, but it's something that veterans all feel. And as soon as a person goes in the military, they're actually a veteran. So they recognize that they're doing something not to defeat some other country or some leader or whatever, but to help those people. I did. And the Vietnam era was a time of anti-war demonstrations. A lot of people said, you're going to go to war? And I told them, I said, no, I'm going to protect my Constitution. Our rights are worth fighting for. And if you don't understand that, then maybe you ought to read the Constitution. But the point is that we do it because we value that document and what it gives us, and it is worth fighting for. So the people that end their active duty service to their country are veterans. We honor them for their sacrifices. And I think it's appropriate that once a year, if not all year, to honor them in a way that they understand that the community appreciates. And we set aside Memorial Day, and it has a history going back to the Civil War. But it was to honor those fallen veterans specifically. But we look today at Memorial Day as honoring all veterans because they still are in harm's way. And so we want to appreciate what they do. For many years, of course, when I was younger and had a family, I didn't have as much time, so I wasn't as active. But now, as retired, or even before, shortly before I retired, I realized, I have some time. I think I need to do something. I need to give back, if you will. And I do tutoring, I do substitute teaching in schools as my new career, I suppose, but I don't miss the opportunity to tell our young people about who veterans are, what they've done, and their attention becomes immediate. You can tell a kid, please sit down and listen. I'm going to teach you something today. Is it geometry? He's not going to listen as much as when you say, let me tell you about when I was in Vietnam. And suddenly they're listening. They want to know. These young people want to know what it was like. What is war really like? And I usually tell them, as Sherman said as he marched through Atlanta in the Civil war is hell. We have never accomplished anything. We've never solved problems really with a war. It gets people to notice that this isn't right, and we hopefully end it in peace for the people. They're the ones that suffer the most in any war. We need to educate our young people about that. And even if it's done on just that one day, Memorial Day, I'm asked typically each year, maybe because I like to talk, I suppose, but I keep it light. As this year, I'll again be an MC at a Veterans Day a Memorial Day ceremony at a local cemetery. And the crowd each year, I've noticed, gets larger and larger. People want to hear what other veterans have gone through, and want to know that people are supporting what the veteran is doing. Not war, but what the veteran is doing. And that's really what it's about. It's honoring those people who have sacrificed. What's the gentleman on 60 Minutes that gives the last 5 minutes? He said, people say they gave their lives. No, he said, no, they didn't give their lives. Their lives were taken. We need to honor those people for that sacrifice. And it's a very small way of doing it, taking Memorial Day and honoring those wonderful people.